One of the most common questions I get as a Pampered Chef consultant is, what are some of my favorite products? So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we use the most in our house to prepare food for our family of five, whether it be for something on the go or like an entire sit-down meal. These are some of the things that help make it so much easier and more efficient in our home. So starting with our prep tools. Pampered Chef has a multitude of tools depending on your lifestyle and the kinds of food that you like to prepare to make things a little bit easier. We have these wonderful new coated knives. They are super affordable, extremely sharp, dishwasher safe. They come in beautiful colors. These are just a couple, but there's an entire set of them. You can buy them as an entire set or you can buy them individually. I used to go all the time to local stores that were, big box stores to buy all of my kitchen stuff because I thought that it was more affordable to do that. But since having joined Pampered Chef and getting quality products, I realized that really truly having good products make a huge difference when it comes to preparing your food and the displeasure or slight bit of pleasure that can bring you. So starting with the knives are key. Another thing that I really love, our flexible cutting mats. So you can buy these in a set of 3. I really love these because these are also dishwasher safe. This is just one of the colors that come in the set, but this is the one of the set that I use the most. Each flexible cutting mat has tips on them, different tips on each one, but I use this the most because there are different cuts. And so like when I cut up meats and cheeses and things like that for my kids, even sometimes different fruits, and I want them all to be the same size, or if I'm making a charcuterie or anything like that, that's probably what I use these for the most, is to be able to set it down and just, line up my cuts and have even slices. Super helpful. My children also like to help prepare food a lot, so this safe cutter is wonderful. It is sharp enough to cut through vegetables. Like my daughter even uses it for like celery and carrots and things like that. But it's not so sharp that it's going to cut them. Again, dishwasher safe. Another thing we use a lot of in our home, because we eat a ton of fruit, are the various fruit cutters. We have everything from stone fruits to apples, like we use the most, the 1-cup slicer, tons of different things you can use to prepare your different fruits and vegetables. Probably the one that I use every single day in my home is the apple corer. It is so sharp on the bottom. You just plop it right in your apple, let it go, easy peasy. Also dishwasher safe, but the reality is it's so easy. You can just walk over to the sink, rinse it off, set it on the counter, boom, you're done. Now, we've talked about like the prep of foods. Now let's talk about like cooking the foods and serving the foods. So the manual food processor. This is probably one of my products that made me fall absolutely in love with Pampered Chef, because I hated cooking and I still don't love it, but I find a little bit more joy in it since I joined Pampered Chef. But this manual food processor was a game changer because I hate cutting up all the various onions and peppers and like when I make guacamole and all of that kind of stuff, crushing up nuts. And the chopper that we carry just wasn't doing the trick for me. This manual food processor was it. So it comes with a 3-cup bowl and a sharp blade that is removable. I forgot to grab it, but there is also a lid. So if you cut up some things and you don't use all of it, you can stick it in your fridge with a lid. And then there is obviously this part here. So it locks down, you just pump it, and that spins the blade. And so that will control how much, how fine, how fast, all the things you want your whatever cut. Game changer. Okay, now when it comes time to serving, I cannot rave on on our silicone coated utensils enough. Again, you don't realize the quality in something until you actually have something that is great quality. And let me tell you, these utensils are like top of the line. We have a whole set of various utensils, but these are the 2 that I use the most in my house. just your traditional serving spoon here, not even slotted. And then this is our mix and chop spatula. As you can see, there's a wave. It is silicone tipped at the bottom, so it's not gonna scratch your pans, but it is sharp enough to get through meat, scrambled eggs, when you're sauteing things, if you need to use something like this. There are also holes on the edge, so if you're using it for like tacos or something you need to drain off some veggies and some juice, and then all the way up until you serve it. So I use this a lot in my house for tacos and scrambled eggs. Those are probably what I use it for the absolute most, because I can cook the whole thing and then even still serve it because of the scoop. So helpful. All right, now, this is my favorite product. Okay. If I could rave on anything that Pampered Chef has and say that it is my favorite, it is absolutely any of our on-the-go or insulated serving bowls. They are incredible. They are a beautiful powder-coated color on the outside. These on-the-go bowls have a nice leak-proof lid with a handle to help get the lid off. There is a vent to help release that excess steam or to seal it. So when you're traveling and you have that food hot or cold, it won't slosh around or spill out because you close the vent and it seals it, which is really nice since this will keep food warm for 2 to 3 hours or cold for 2 to 3 hours. So these are perfect for taking to potlucks, family gatherings, picnics, when your family goes out boating like ours does. Even if you're just serving breakfast on the weekend for your family or dinner during the week. I use ours the most during the school year when we have, various activities that we're going to all over the place. So anyway, these are my favorites. These are what helps my large family get through the days every single day eating. We stay home, we homeschool. I have 3 children, they are small, so we are home all the time. So we do all of our cooking, all of our preparing, everything in our home. And these are just tools that make it so much easier and just bring a little bit more joy to our lives. So let me know if you have any questions.